woman who I talked to earlier, Stacy Washington. She lost her daughter 2 years ago to gun violence. Now I want to go back because that first settlement that was rejected by the school board back in January. It left teachers very frustrated. The union actually set a strike date. We're on Old Bridge Road. I'm going to have my photographer James kind of scan the area to show you exactly the extent of this damage out here. And we're back out here live. Flint Northern High School closed in 2013. It then reopened for 1 year as Northern Academy. 10 hours ago, there was a blighted home that stood right here. Now all that's left is the rubble that you see behind me. Many of them still don't trust the water, and they still feel the emotional and physical toll the crisis has taken on them and their lives. For the second time in 4 months, the families of the 4 victims spoke in front of a packed courtroom, recounting the pain they have lived through since November 30th, 2021. As you can imagine, unusual to hear gunshots ring out. Then to have someone in the middle of the street shooting at police made things worse. Michigan State Police, they are providing some assistance when it comes to radio communication. Then the local law enforcement, they'll have officers walking around for the rest of this week and into the weekend. They want people to know they're safe.
What this does for the community is absolutely phenomenal. And so for us as a police agency and me personally, I want to make sure that people come out here, they have a safe environment where they can enjoy themselves either at the golf tournament or any of the concert or any other activities we have going out here.
Grambling Township Police Lieutenant Todd Gilbert says they have multiple departments working alongside them during the Ally Challenge, from Premier Security to the Genesee County Sheriff's Office. And for the Grambling Township Police this weekend, when the crowds are supposed to be the biggest, it's all hands on deck.
This is a safe place. This is a place my kids come out here, and I don't have any reservations about them coming out here and having some fun. And we don't really have any problems out here, which is kind of nice.
Along with having law enforcement patrolling the grounds during the tournament, there's also traffic patrol.
We've always had somebody stationed out here on Saginaw Street to stop traffic so that people can safely cross Saginaw Street. So what we want to do is we want to have people pay attention to their surroundings.
The crowds here bring people from all over to watch this tournament. Lieutenant Gilbert says he wants everyone to know they will be safe.
This is an amazing event, and it's great for our community, and I want them to have fun, and I want them to feel safe.
With thousands of people expected to descend upon Warwick Hills, they want to remind everyone that if you see something suspicious, to say something. Now, everyone, when they come here, they will go through a security checkpoint. Some bags won't be allowed. Be sure to check the Ally Challenge website for those details. For now, live from Warwick Hills, Courtney Bennett in Michigan Now. Mike, the frustration continues at this hour. Now, we are standing outside of Accelerated Learning Academy, where we expect that board meeting to start tonight at 6:30. Teachers are lined up on Averill and Lapeer right here. Their shirts say overworked, underpaid educators. They're holding signs that say no trust. Here we are again. A lot of people have driven down Lapeer, they've driven down Averill, honking their horns, waving to these teachers outside here tonight. We've seen city trucks drive by, we've seen fire trucks drive by, all honking in support of these teachers. Now, before these teachers came out here outside of Accelerated Learning Academy, they held a union meeting where they set a date to strike.
Well, bottom line, you guys, all of you teachers sacrificed 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and enough is enough.
Bruce Jordan works with the Michigan Education Association, which is the state's teachers union. He works directly with the teachers in Flint and says the district has yet to further discuss the settlement they rejected in January.
United Teachers of Flint has requested several meetings with the district over the past few months. Those requests were either one, they were either ignored or were denied, as the board must authorize the district to engage in a conversation, which they have not done.
This morning, 119 teachers called in sick, which forced the district to cancel school. I asked the union president, Karen Christian, about her reaction to the district's Facebook post announcing the closure.
I didn't know how many teachers had called in. So when the post hit, I was like, woohoo, 119 teachers called in. So My first thought was, we are absolutely in solidarity and unity with one another.
Back in October, the teachers union and the district sat down and reached a tentative settlement agreement. The union says the district even asked to go back to a traditional calendar, which the teachers agreed to. The union asked for raises depending on the number of years with the district to be included. Fast forward to January, and the district says there's not enough money to support the raises.
The longer this drags out, the more and more qualified teachers we lose to other school districts where educators are paid a decent wage and treated like professionals. We cannot sit idly by and allow the local politicians on the Flint School Board to harm our students by refusing to provide them with the quality educators they deserve in their classrooms.
Back out here live, we did see the school board treasurer. He just arrived inside the building where this meeting again is starting at 6:30 here tonight. Earlier during that union meeting, I asked Union President Karen Christian if they plan to have another sick out tomorrow for these teachers to call in sick. She said no. Now again, they did set a strike date, but they are not releasing that exact date to the school board, and they did not tell us that date either. We will continue to follow this story and have the latest tonight on Mid-Michigan Now, both at 10 and 11. For now, live in Flint, Courtney Bennett, Mid-Michigan Now. Now, it was a large gathering on August 9th, 2021. This is scene video from that night. Shots rang out at 12:40 in the morning. 6 people were shot, 2 died. Now tonight, this is about remembering what happened and carrying on the memory of those 2 young lives. I just talked to Alvin's mother moments ago. Here's what she had to say on why she's frustrated on this anniversary.
Really hard to say how I'm feeling because we have not had justice yet. So every day it's like reliving the first day. You wait for your son to come home and he's not coming home.
Back out here live. Now there is someone in custody. He's facing murder charges and he's been in the Genesee County Jail for the last 3 years. I looked at court records earlier today and he's set to be back inside a courtroom next month. Alvin's mother told me that she will continue to push for justice. Coming up tonight on Mid-Michigan Now at 10 and 11, you'll hear more about their story and how they continue to carry on the lives of these 2 young people. For now, live in Flint, Courtney Bennett, Mid-Michigan Now. His mother says she can't get any updates from police. She wants to make sure this never happens to them or anyone else in the city.
I'm a registered respiratory therapist, so I see this stuff come in early. I've seen kids come in early, and I don't want to be in that position.
Tamara Smith lives on Flint's north side. This is ring camera video taken just before 12:30 a.m. on June 23rd. Gunshots hitting the home she shares with her children. Her son called her that night while she was at work.
He called me crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I need you to come home. And I'm like, what's going on? They shooting at the house. And I said, okay. I called Maya, and then that's when she told me what was going on. And I just left.
By the time she got home, there were bullet holes through the house from the front all the way to the back. She says while police have come out, she's not getting any answers as to why the person responsible hasn't been caught.
And so I'm lost. I don't know what else to do. So I just figured I'll just contact the news.
In addition to contacting Mid-Michigan Now, Tamara also called her city councilwoman, Tanya Burns.
I took the call. She had my personal phone number. I didn't know how she got it. I did not ask her until the end because I need to hear her story. She's been desperate for help.
Burns says she knows these drive-by shootings are a problem for families. People are scared their house will be next.
When you feel like no one's helping, you know, and the gun violence, just this last week, we have a gun violence, we have a public safety problem.
Before the summer started, Mayor Sheldon Neely held a press conference announcing this will be a clean and safe summer. But Burns tells me more needs to be done to ensure the safety part.
We need a public safety plan. We need a comprehensive public safety plan. When people are able to shoot into 2 homes within 8 minutes apart, 12:22 a.m. and 12:30 a.m., and this lawless person is still out there, riding around, still doing drive-bys, posting on social media. We have a problem. They identified who, and there's a video.
Nobody should ever have to bury their child, especially if they're trying to prevent it.
Burton says this increase in violence is concerning. I have reached out to the city's communications personnel and have asked where the investigation into this drive-by shooting stands. I'm waiting to hear back. Initially, when we talked to that family on Monday, I reached out to both Detective Sergeant Booth and Mayor Sheldon Neely's office. Today, we met with Detective Sergeant Tyrone Booth, and he tells me that he understands the frustration from the people in the city, but says investigations aren't done in a matter of minutes or days.
We are investigating this case. Let me first say that this is very serious to the police department. It matters.
Flint Police Department Detective Sergeant Tyrone Booth says they have spoken with the people involved in this case. This is the video that was turned over to investigators. It's from a Ring camera outside Tamara Smith's home, showing what happened on June 23rd. You can see a car and your gunshots.
A vehicle alone is not enough. When they made a red Chevrolet, they made thousands of red Chevrolets. It's a process for us to determine factually that a particular person vehicle was at a location and that particular person was in the vehicle. I understand the anger over this.
In this drive-by shooting, no one was hurt, but there are bullet holes through the home. Smith asked us to find out why it's taking so long to arrest someone in the case. Booth says they have to look at everything and make sure there is enough evidence.
As a police agency, we must follow to ensure that we have the right individual, we followed the right process, so that when this case goes to a prosecutor's office and is signed off on and through the judicial process, that we've done everything that we are supposed to do to successfully place a person in jail and incarcerate them for committing a crime.
This drive-by is just one in a rash of shootings. Sadly, some have been deadly. The latest crime data from the police department hasn't been updated with the most recent homicides, but Booth says the rate is slightly higher than last year.
In January of 24, we started placing things, enacting special assignments, special enforcement initiatives to combat this increase in crime. So we didn't just start doing this. We were doing this already. We're running many different operations to deal with this criminal activity.
Little Kendall isn't just talking, she's also eating and recounting details of what happened Saturday night. I spoke to her by Zoom this afternoon. She was laying in a hospital bed on the long road to recovery after being shot in the chest. Kendall tells me she's lucky to be alive.
I didn't know I got shot. My uncle pulled me to the back room and he checked on me to see where I got shot at.
Kendall's life changed on Saturday when a bullet hit her as she was asleep on a couch at her grandma's house. She was shot on the left side of her chest, and doctors have told Kendall's dad, Demetris, these injuries are usually deadly.
They said they don't know how my daughter here. They said where she got shot at is 9 times out of 10 to usually be fatal.
Kendall tells me she's already had multiple surgeries since Saturday. She was taken to Hurley Medical Center, then airlifted to another hospital.
It's devastating. That's my baby. This is my baby girl. She do anything for me and I do anything for her. But she's so uplifting now. It's like you wouldn't think she was shot. You see her sitting here, but she's just the best.
Police say Kendall was shot around 10 Saturday night. It all happened on Marlowe Drive on the city's north side.
They need to stop the senseless shootings. You don't even know if you done shot somebody or anything. You just shooting.
As Kendall lays in her hospital bed, she says that she's happy to be alive and that she's been thinking about the other people in the house when the shooting happened. She's happy they weren't hurt.
And my granny too old to get shot. And my cousin was only 5 years old. But she was too young too. But I know I was young. But if my little cousin or my granny would have been shot, you don't know what would have happened. But I'm strong, so I'm so happy my granny or my little cousin didn't get shot.
Kendall is on the long road to recovery. Meanwhile, police say they don't have any suspects. The investigation is ongoing. We're following breaking news out of Saginaw right now. We're learning Saginaw police are investigating a shooting that just happened in the 2600 block of Michigan Avenue. That's according to Saginaw County's Central Dispatch. Details are extremely limited right now. Stay with Mid-Michigan now, both on air and online, as we work to bring you the very latest. Two young girls are recovering after eating cannabis-infused edibles. The two got sick at McMonkle Elementary School in Mount Morris Township this afternoon. Across mid-Michigan tonight, Clio area schools are celebrating the start of a new school year with a back-to-school kickoff event. Students and their families got to enjoy free activities like bounce houses, music, giveaways, face painting, and so much more. One parent says tonight's kickoff party is a perfect way to ring in the new school year. Star Wars fans are breaking out their lightsabers ahead of May the 4th, National Star Wars Day. True Move brand dairy is also getting ready to celebrate by offering blue milk.
Blue milk is the iconic drink that was first introduced in Star Wars: A New Hope. The jugs will feature labels with the characters Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader.
In a tweet about the milk, the dairy says it will be available for a limited time. In some states, the blue milk will be sold under the Kemp's Dairy brand.
That's interesting.
That's the
Does
expensive.
it taste like milk?
You'll have to try it.
You mean like what is the flavor? Oh, that's
Like
actually
blue raspberry?
Oh, blue raspberry milk?
Yeah. No?
cotton candy milk?
Wait, do you remember when they did the ketchup? That was like different colors, the green and the purple?
Those were the days.
Yeah, they were.
You had nothing to worry about in those days.
Thanks for joining us in Michigan Now at 10.